Hi, my name is Maria Denzer, and I'm from Vital Vet. We have Ria Acciani as our guest today. Ria's so kind as to lend us her genius for this session, this talking session. So we just want to get to know her a little bit. So welcome, Ria. Ria happens to be one of our favorite people. We've known Ria for, about 20 years almost in the canine rehab space. And she and her husband, David, own Advanced Canine Rehabilitation Center, and their website is dogpt.com. Welcome, Maria. How are you?
I'm good, Maria. I'm so happy to be with you today.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. It was great to see you, especially after what's been going on. I haven't seen you guys too much except for, bringing the dog in for a tune-up.
I know.
So we're here to get to know you a little bit. So we're just going back from where it all began. Tell us a little bit about schooling and how you got involved with, first of all, with PT, with physical therapy, actually.
Yeah, I graduated in 1997 from the University of St. Augustine. And that's a physical therapy school down in Florida, St. Augustine, Florida. And David had been a physical therapist prior to that for about 3 years. While I was going to school, he was already a physical therapist. And he went to NYU. And my third job was outpatient orthopedics. And how I got started in canine rehab was one of my human patients.
Oh, okay.
Asked me to go ahead and treat her trainer's dog. And that dog happened to have a CCL repair, which is a surgical procedure, and the dog wasn't doing well. And she said, you're fixing all these people. Why can't you fix a dog? Right? Perfect logic. And so the rest,
that's how we all got started.
yeah. The rest is history, because David and I started going to agility trials because of that client after I rehabbed that dog. And then the physician that I was working with, the veterinarian, he started referring patients, and I started going to agility trials with David. And so fast forward 20 years, here we are.
Yeah, you rock the agility world, the two of you, that's for sure. You have one heck of a reputation, which is great.
Yeah,
now,
awesome.
do you treat just dogs, or you still have some human patients of your own?
I still treat a small amount, maybe 5% of human patients. The dogs come, and then the humans think, since I'm coming with my dog, can you fix me? So it happens all the time.
So it's basically the dog owners or the trainers that come to you. It's not like you have a patient outside without that. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. That's pretty cool. You're also a physical therapist for, what was it, the U.S. agility team? Is that correct?
Yes, the world teams. After traveling throughout the United States from coast to coast to all different agility trials in 2011, we were voted in as the official PTs for the world team for the AKC, WAO, European Open, the IFCS. And so we traveled all over the world to go ahead and treat dogs from the United States with those teams. So we've been really lucky. The agility community has been really kind to us. We got back to schooling a little bit. I think I forgot to tell you that we're University of Tennessee trained and certified canine rehab practitioners. So we got started back in traveling with dogs probably around 1999, 2000.
Wow, that is literally 20 years ago. You guys are definite pioneers. Now, because we've known you, of course, it feels like since the beginning of time in a good way. Because you guys work on our dogs. That's why one of the main reasons I want to have you, just simply because you're awesome.
I love you guys.
You really know what you're doing, and we've seen such wonderful things just personally with our dogs as well. So it's really nice to continue both personal and professional relationship with the dogs. And of course, you teach at the STAR conference with us, and you've been there. I think you and Lori are the only two that have been there every year. So you get around a bit. That's great.
Yeah, and teaching overseas as well.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yep.
And we were part of the board on the American Physical Therapy Association for the Animal Special Interest Group.
Mhm.
rehab special interest group. So we've been very involved all these years.
Yeah, it's that's amazing. Yeah, and a consistency across the board too, because our even our dog volunteers at the STAR conference ask for you. So because when of course when you're teaching, professional, there's a certain lingo and all that you use, but our dog volunteers are civilians. They're dog owners like I am, and they go in and they walk out of there like they just discovered gold. They're so thrilled about not only what they've learned, because how you explain it. So it's amazing how many different levels of people you get to based on how you can teach. So that's super impressive, because a lot of people can do, but they can't teach, or vice versa. So to have that skill for both is pretty impressive. So that's
Maria.
good stuff. So tell us about the kids. They're getting bigger. Anthony's in college now, isn't he?
Anthony went to college.
That's insane.
No, so crazy. And now the second one's going to start driving by June.
Get out.
16 years old, and then 12-year-old. Mm-hmm.
Is he 12? I remember when you were pregnant with him.
You probably remember when I was pregnant.
Before that. Trying to do. Yeah. Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right.
Okay. So we want to also to get you involved, because the reason why we wanted to introduce you to the Vital Vet audience, A, because you're, like I said, you're awesome. B, you're going to have these in the future. We're going to have like Vital Vet tips, things that whether they're 5-minute, 10-minute little demos, or things, tips, tricks, whatever for your dog, whether it's in rehab or agility or this or that. And so I just wanted everybody to get to know you. So tell us, give us a shout out with your website.
It's dogpt.com. And then I'm going to be launching very soon some videos on canine conditioning, stretching for the front limbs, rear limbs, and then also warm up, cool down. They're educational videos to help learn how to go ahead and do those things with your dog so that they can stay better conditioned for their athletic.
Okay. And would you recommend this for agility or conditioning people, or just for anybody like myself who just, people who just have a companion animal at home?
The way that the exercises are set up, any dog really can do them.
Okay.
They are marketed towards a little bit more the athletic community, only because they're super, super interested and involved in all of that, because they want peak performance and to prevent injury. But yeah, any dog can do these exercises. They start really simple. They go from level 1 to level 3, how to progress them. There's videos on how to go ahead and do those exact exercises so that you can do them correctly. And so it's kind of a nice platform. I put it on acr.mykajabi, which is spelled.
I wrote it out because that's a weird. Big.com there, yeah. So this is where you can. I'll hold this for a moment for everybody to write this down. This is definitely something to check out, and especially if as an owner too. If there's something beginner, because even if I was interested in agility, but I've never done it before, how to get started. So I can do these exercises as well, is what you're saying, regardless of the owner or the dog level. Something interesting that I saw in New Jersey, Morristown is huge with the seeing eye dogs, and they have a great organization up there, and they've actually been to STAR. They've let us use some of their dogs as volunteers. And what I see is not only do they train the dog, the puppies out in town, and they're, to get used to everything, to train, they train the human too. And what was really interesting is that as anybody, as a beginner having an animal, but especially if you're blind, and they had somebody walking the blind person, holding on to the contraption that goes on the dog, so they get used to it as well, which I thought was really neat. So because everybody's a beginner at some point, and I thought that was fascinating, how they were treating not only the person but the dog as well, and then they'll come together and find a beautiful connection there. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that's why I asked about the beginner intermediate level, but that's fine. And one more time, because again, pronounce this.
My Kajabi.
Okay, guys, you heard that. Get on it. And so, yes, we will have Ria back again. Like I said, for some tips and stuff, check out her website. Like I said, we wouldn't do this unless she is at the top of her game. We only deal with top of the crop people here. So we're thrilled. That's what we call it in sports. You're top of the crop, ladies. Watch out.
Yeah. Well,
But eventually, as you release your more and more your videos, we'll let everybody know about them. And anything else that you recommend or whatever, we'll be definitely in touch again. So because it's one thing for me to recommend, but for you to do it makes a much bigger splash because you believe in it.
yeah.
That's what we do in rehab. We have to believe in what we do because it's only for the benefit of the animals. So.
Yeah, and love what we do. So that's pretty awesome.
Do you happen to have the puppy available?
I don't have the puppy available.
All right, so just quick puppy. What kind of dog? How old, etc.
We got a border collie, of course. We love the border collies. This is our third. We have 3 border collies and now a Yorkie. So 4 dogs. And border collie is now 19 weeks old.
And what's her name?
His name is Rye.
Rye. Oh, that's right. Excuse me.
Bullet
Yes.
Rye. Happens to be whiskey.
Yep. I see a theme. Yeah. Goalie's going to be next. Yep.
And he's doing fabulously. We love that dog. He's doing great.
Are you training him at all to do things or just, like a family?
Actually, we weren't planning on it. We just wanted a wonderful dog, and my client is a breeder and we just love her line. And so we inquired about getting a dog from her, and it turns out, well, they're agility dogs and it's an agility line. So he is already has predetermined to be able to do agility. And so my kids, because so many of the sports have stopped during this pandemic, all of a sudden they're very interested, and it's something that we can do together and train the dog. So we've been to a couple of agility lessons.
Wow, fun. Really fun. Yeah. Oh, that's
so we're getting to experience it from a whole new perspective.
Yeah, so I'm sure. Yeah, that's great. Oh, the pictures that you posted, he's just a doll. What I just want to squeeze him. They're so cute. Well, thank you again for your time, Ria. I really appreciate it. And everybody check her out. It's dogpt.com. That is your website, yours and David's website. Advanced Canine is their company, business name. And one more time. Just throw this. Yes.
Maria, thank you so much to you and Eladia all these years. We love you guys. And
we love you guys too. We'll be in touch soon, and we're going to post some more stuff. And this is going to be really super cool. I'm looking forward to every single one of them.
All right.
So,